Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations of the manga. And for anime only fans, this is the time of the month where a lot of the content that you guys see on the channel is going to be spoiler heavy. So I thank you for your support. However, with all that being said though, if you're still here, I'm assuming that you've already read the Boruto manga and you guys don't care about me talking about spoilers. So I think we need to have the conversation about whether or not the time has come for Team Konohamaru to be disbanded. And I don't say this lightly. I know somebody's probably hitting the dislike button like, oh my god, why would you do that to Konohamaru? Everybody makes fun of Konohamaru for being trash. Yes, I totally understand it. Konohamaru is definitely somebody that's been a huge disappointment in the series. The guy's biggest highlight is the short action sequence that you see in one of the Boruto openings where Konohamaru's fighting against some rogue ninjas, and the other highlight that he has is this very short battle against Jugo. Other than that, Konohamaru's been a huge disappointment. Yes, totally agree with you. By the time you guys are seeing this, you might have seen Kashin Koji versus Konohamaru. I don't know whether or not that's been adapted. I'm actually recording this video in January, so not sure where they're actually going to put that in pacing in the anime, but if you've seen that, you can add that to Konohamaru's very short list of accomplishments in the Boruto era. So why exactly is that grounds for actually disbanding Team 7? So when I say disband, I don't mean that like, oh, just remove Konohamaru and break the team up forever. I'm not necessarily saying that. What I am saying is that Konohamaru has essentially filled his purpose. There's not much else in the manga continuity where Konohamaru can actually teach Team 7. And when you factor in the fact that we haven't actually seen Konohamaru play a role in the manga since like what, chapter 26, and we're almost at chapter 60 now. I want to say we're going into chapter 55. The fact is that we're getting ready to go into a time skip, and Konohamaru, who's supposed to be the sensei of this new team, hasn't been anywhere to be found. So if you break up Team 7, what exactly happens? Well, I think that this is a great opportunity where you disband Team 7. Konohamaru still goes off and does his thing where he's going on those various different missions, but much like how Kakashi had to watch as all of his students are training under more capable shinobi than himself, I think that you need to have something similar here. I think that you need to have Mitsuki training under somebody else, maybe have Mitsuki train under Kabuto to learn more about Sage Mode, maybe have Mitsuki do direct training with Orochimaru since Orochimaru is responsible for Mitsuki's body, maybe have Mitsuki train with Orochimaru and Kabuto. Maybe that's something you actually do there. Maybe you have Sarada go through with her training, say she trains under Sakura, which I wouldn't be a huge fan of, but maybe she trains under Sakura. Maybe Sarada joins in with training under Naruto if Naruto ever gets out of this coma. And given the fact that Naruto already has a student in Kawaki, as shown in the Boruto manga when Kawaki has the flashback and he has Naruto saying that from now on you're going to be my precious student, I could see maybe building on the fact that Sarada appeared to be a bit jealous when she saw that Naruto was taking the time out to actually train Kawaki, and we saw that in the manga. Maybe you can pay off that scene to where Naruto trains both Sarada and Kawaki. Maybe that's something you do there. And then with Boruto, obviously you have Boruto training under Sasuke. I think that all these things are the best way to actually have Team 7 move forward into the actual time skip. And given the fact that Konohamaru will be doing his own thing, this also gives you the opportunity to actually level Konohamaru up as well. And maybe given the fact that all these things have taken place in the story so far, and there's a clear need for the characters to get more powerful. Naruto's Baryon form could have potentially cost him the power of the Kyuubi. Naruto is running on fumes at this point. He can't actually stay awake. He's talked about the fact that his body feels like it's lead, and we all know what happens when lead gets into the body. Things tend to end up very badly, and I mean, in some cases you can actually damage your insides of your body. And so when you take that into account, you take into account the fact that Sasuke's had his rinnegan destroyed. This is one of those things where the new generation needs to actually step things up, and I've talked about this in the past. Team 7 is extremely skilled, but Team 7 isn't necessarily the most powerful. Now you have Mitsuki, who is a walking tank. The guy has Sage Mode, and yet Mitsuki with the Sage Mode, when he went into full-blown rage and was trying to buy time to get Boruto and Sarada out there, the best that he could actually do was bring Deepa down to one knee. I mean, just because the guy has Sage Mode does not mean he's gonna be out here catching bodies left and right. Again, just because you're super skilled, it don't mean nothing if your opponent's more powerful than you. A perfect example of that is Naruto versus Sasuke at the Valley of the End. Sasuke, his skill level was being compared to the Sage of Six Paths, but Naruto had more physical power and more chakra than Sasuke. In the end, all that skill that Sasuke had, again, Sasuke was not a pushover by no stretch of the imagination. I think people get that misconstrued when I say that Naruto is super powerful and Sasuke is super skilled, and that's how they balance each other. I'm in no way downplaying Sasuke. Take your out your mouth and out your ears if you think that that's what I'm saying, but what I am getting at is the fact that despite all that skill that Sasuke had, the power difference was enough that Naruto, still holding back, was able to knock this dude to the point where Sasuke said that he found Naruto Jesus all of a sudden. And I'm saying the same thing applies here with Mitsuki. Just because Mitsuki has Sage Mode, just because Sarada has a 3 Tomoe Sharingan, does not mean they're catching bodies left and right. Mitsuki, his base can still stand to be improved. That way he can maximize his Sage Mode. The same thing with Sarada. Sarada has a 3 Tomoe Sharingan. Sarada is a very skilled tactician, but Sarada has more room to grow. The fight with Boro shows you that. Like, I know that she destroyed his Scientific Ninja Weapon Core because she was able to use the Chidori, and yet at the same time, when she was given the opportunity to lead, she almost got her entire team killed. Yes, they were in over their head, but Sarada was the one that they elected as a leader, and so your success and failure falls on your hands at the end of the day. As a leader, the buck stops at you. When it comes to Boruto, same thing. Boruto has this Karma Seal, gives him great stat boosts and everything, and yet at the same time, we know from the anime that Boruto does have quite a bit that Boruto can improve upon as well, and given how high the stakes are at this point, Boruto, it makes the most sense for him to continue training under Sasuke, to continue his progression as a ninja. And so I think that essentially this would be addition by subtracting, by taking Team 7 off of the books as an official team, but allowing them to actually go through their individual training, and then you just re-implement Team 7 as an official team after the time skip. This is actually something that's going to benefit Konoha more in the future. However, I want to know from you guys, what are you guys' thoughts about this? Let me know down in the comment section below, but as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.